Heyo, Jojo here, and welcome back to another episode of the Case Book of Arne. Hopefully, we're gonna get down to who exactly the killer is. I don't think it's Elise, so we're gonna plead her case here in a second. If I remember how to play. Oh, right, I have to click that. Oh. Alright. I'm sure we can beat Arne. Goodness. Now, Lynn Rhineweb, this is your final stage. I shall explain the rules of this delightful game you and I will be playing. Please do. I will tell you my theory proposing that this maid is your father's killer. If it is mistaken, point out how. If you cannot find the flaw, this maid is the killer. And this, I've said already, but should you prove my theory incorrect, we will then switch roles. It won't be the end? That wouldn't settle anything, would it? I guess you're right, but... So then, I also, indeed, choose someone and theorize that they are the killer. I have to theorize? Be at ease, Lynn Rhineweb. If your theory is wrong, I will certainly point it out. Unless you can create a flawless theory, the wrong person will not be named the killer. So then... That being said, do not submit crude theories. Even if the person you choose is the killer, I will point out any holes in your theory. True, I can't imagine you making a mistake. Meanwhile, I don't think I'll make perfect theories, so basically on my turn, I can't let myself pick the killer. And on your turn, if you pick the killer, you'll definitely have a flawless theory. Understood. I'll make good use of your theories, Lord Arne. Come, Lynn Rhineweb, let us dance joyfully together. What a drama-llama. Oh, not expected. Not expecting to need to save that early on. Now let's begin. Arne's turn. Go right ahead. Prattling on about details would only make this drag on. As far as motive, any thoughts we might come up with would be little more than fantasies. As such, for this maid, I will choose to focus on her escape from the room. This maid herself testified that she went to the 3rd floor before Lynn Rhineweb. She had a daily routine of bringing her master medicine. She could certainly enter simply by being invited in. After knocking you out, it wouldn't be difficult for her to push her master down into the basement. There were so many weapons in the storeroom as well, she would also be capable of beheading the fake corpse. But the real question is her escape. The guard testifies that your father's room was locked. Thus, she must have locked the door and left the room, but this maid does not have a master key. The door cannot be locked from the outside, and your father's master key remained with his corpse. However, there was a route only this maid could use, namely the vents. Oh, that does kind of make sense. After locking the door from inside the room, she escaped to the storeroom using the vents. That's how it was possible for her to murder your father. So, is my theory mistaken? Objection. Oh no. The girl pointed out all the errors in the vampire story. Select all the mistaken claims. There may be more than one. Let's see. Click an image and select it. Be sure to select everything that's wrong. Click an image again to deselect it. Once you've made your selections, click the on the bottom of the right. Okay. That. Elise had a daily routine of taking medicine to her master. Wait, that's not wrong though. Elise doesn't have a master key. It's true. So she wouldn't have been able to get in. Wait. I'm so confused. Elise escaped through the vents. I'm so lost. What? Lisa had a daily routine of taking medicine to her master, but that day she didn't. She doesn't have a master key. And she couldn't have gone through the vent if she never gave. Right? Oh my god, I don't know. Will you go with this? I guess, yes. I saved, so... Oh god. Elise couldn't have escaped through the vents. Why is that? When I went through there, it was a den of dust bunnies. That's right, it was filled with dust. If Elise had gone through them, it should have cleared out much of the dust. Oh. Mr. Slynn, thank you very much. I'm glad to know you're not the killer, Elise. You experienced those events personally, so that was a simple one, yes? Do keep up that pace. Oh, it wasn't the other one. Whoops, at least I got the one we needed. We might find the killer with surprisingly little effort. We've still only gone through one person. I know that's not enough to satisfy you, Lord Arne. You understand me rather well. Next is your turn, Lynn Rhineweb. Choose someone to present as the killer. Oh. Lord Arne is serious. If I came up with a theory using some complicated trick, I'm sure I'd make a mistake somewhere. I don't have that kind of talent. And if the person I choose is the killer, I'll be giving them an escape route. So I have no choice but to choose people I know can't have done it, and have Lord Arne point out the flaws. I select Hines. Me? Oh, I thought we'd get to actually choose. Running, Lynn Rhineweb. Now, present your theory why this person is the killer. Hines left the kitchen into the dining room. Rejected. Huh? The guards should have been in the dining room all the while. Leaving the kitchen undetected would be nigh impossible. Well, then he went out through the courtyard. Also rejected. There are guard dogs in the courtyard. If they barked, even the guard would notice. Anything else? Nothing else. This should be fine, because I know Hines couldn't have killed Father. I do understand your thinking, but even so, come up with some better theories. If you honestly intend to use me, then give the great Arne some entertainment. Right. Oh dear. Now, my turn. Since the woman before was a maid, I shall select the other maid, Diana. From her testimony, there's no question that she acted together with the gardener. As such, I shall present a theory in which they were collaborators. I love this music, by the way. Got me pumped. So, if I can't find a flaw, both of them are the killers. Kai's wounds haven't fully healed yet, so I'll represent both of us. I might not put your hopes in Lynn Rhineweb. Without further ado, my theory is this. These two had no business going to your father's room like the previous maid did. In other words, our point of focus should be how they intruded into his room. Listen carefully now, Lynn Rhineweb. Yes. The gardener used the ladder to get from the courtyard to the second floor guest room, and naturally he used that same ladder to make it to the third floor as well. However, while the ladder can be dragged around, bringing it up to the second floor is no easy task. If you're alone, that is. Yes, that seems fair. However, the maid was in the guest room, so the two of them pulled the ladder up onto the terrace. One of the two entered into the mansion to visit your father's room to get his attention. During this time, the other entered through the window and in his room and concealed themselves. This also explains why the door was locked. Because the maid possesses a master key. In addition, the gardener was able to take the murder weapon and the head outside the mansion. So, is my theory mistaken? Objection. Girl pointed out all errors in the vampire stories. Should I climb the ladder in the courtyard to the terrace? I think that one's good. Two cooperated to lift the ladder onto the terrace. I don't agree with that one. One of them went inside and headed to the master's room. One of them went inside and headed to the master's room. No? I don't know. That I agree with. Let's go with it. Will you go with this? Sure. Diana and Kai couldn't have worked together to lift the ladder onto the terrace. Why is that? Diana has an extreme fear of heights, so she can't so much as go out onto the terrace. Oh, that's true. I totally forgot about it. And you're also wrong about one of them going through the house to Father's room. Why is that? Does he testify that no one left the guest room until Bernard screamed? That's a contradiction. Correct again, Lynn Rhineweb. Yes! Lucky guess, but here we go. Mistress Lynn, thank you very much. That's our mistress. It's only natural when you two didn't do it. Okay. Well done, seeing through my 2 traps. But this would hardly be worth my time if you couldn't see through something that simple. There are 2 people remaining. Lynn Rhineweb, you took a cowardly move earlier selecting the shaft. But will you do the same again? I can't theorize as skillfully as you, Lord Arne, so I have to choose someone whose actions are very restricted, and I want someone who's very likely not the killer. So you say. Our game thus far has not decided the killer. Lynn Rhineweb, the next person you choose will also be someone highly unlikely to be the killer. In essence, the one you do not choose is the one whom you suspect. Why do you have to say that? Have I said anything mistaken? Work up your resolve. That's what it means to find the killer among this lot. You must choose Lynn Rhineweb. Be at ease. I will dispute the guilt of the person you choose. So choose the one you do not want to be the killer. Do I have a choice this time? One that I don't want to be the killer? Aw, little Lynn. Oh god, please stop jumping. Mistress Summerfade, it's your bedtime. I don't wanna. I can't sleep till Mother and Father come back. What are they doing? Your father and mother are having a grown-up conversation with guests that have come to visit. You must not interfere with them. How about this, mistress? I'll read you a story until you fall asleep. Really? Until I fall asleep? So if I don't fall asleep, you'll read forever? Indeed. Should you fail to fall asleep, I suppose I'll have to read forever. So Gramps will have to read me stories all the way until morning. Yay! I would be grateful if you slept before then. She's got way too much energy. There you are, mistress. I heard from Father, so this room is going to be remodeled. This room is full of memories with Mother. Why would he? Does he even care about her anymore? The Master loves your mother even now. This is why he said this room was much too painful without her here. I'm so worried. My memories of Mother only get further away with time, so to lose this room too. You need not worry, mistress. Precious memories remain no matter how much time passes. I say this having lived many years more than you, so trust my experience. I hope you're right. To prove it, shall I tell stories of when you were just born, mistress? You were so fond of my mustache, you were always pulling at it. Aww. Mistress Lynn, of course you'll pick me, right? I mean, I'm not the killer. Look, don't you think Gordon did it? I'm a guard, you know. It's my job to protect everyone, right? Gordon's gone silent. He can't even make excuses, I'm sure of it. I choose... Bernard. Say it, Bernard. Gordon. What? You gotta be kidding me. Silence, human. This game is between myself and Lynn Rhineweb. Do not add unnecessary comments. Oh, well then, Lynn Rhineweb, so you've chosen the old coot. Can you make a theory pining him as the culprit? I'd have to be away from his room to the 3rd floor that avoided detection by both the guard and Sissy. There isn't, I don't know how. So then the old coot is not the killer either. In short, you're wrong, it's not me. I thought you were suspicious from the start. You would also know the residents' actions and thus find gaps to act within. And also, rule number 1, the first witness did it. Wasn't that written in the book you read? Seriously, you got it wrong. How unsightly. You should give up and confess. What is this? This is dumber than the dumbest gag comic. Oh, goodness. Hey, what the hell? Why are you looking at me like that? So it was you after all. He was suspicious from the start. Bernard, why? Sure, Bernard. show some evidence. There's no proof I killed him, right? Evidence, you say? It completely slipped my mind. Well, don't fret. I'll go get some now. Just wait patiently until I return. The rest of you don't lay a finger on the guard. Without evidence, we haven't confirmed him as the killer. Sure, bring whatever you think you can, because there's definitely nothing. And you keep all your grubby mitts off me, or it ain't gonna be pretty. Lynn Rhineweb, come along. Okay. Oh dear. Is he gonna try to run away? That was decently entertaining, Lynn Rhineweb. Lord Arne, is Bernard really the killer? Why would you think that? If that were a fair way to decide the killer, we could have left it to a majority vote. Huh? Then what was all that? That means for me to have some fun. Didn't I say as much? It would be a bore to simply guess at the killer. You're kidding. Then what was I fighting so desperately for? That was not in vain. You demonstrated clear reasons why some could not have done the deed. Incidentally, our game didn't so much as touch upon the means of decapitation or the murder weapon, yes? Don't you think it's strange that this was all about the methods of intrusion? Well, a murder weapon wouldn't have been necessary to kill Father. You can't just consider these things piecemeal. And also, it's difficult to ignore something as unique as a headless corpse. Of course, I did intentionally not bring it up. Did you? Normally one would consider not just actions at the time of the crime, but the murder weapon and the method. However, we know things that we normally would not. This gave us a clear picture of the servants' actions, and thus we gave them undue focus. Then, Rhineweb, why do we have such knowledge? The reason we knew things that we shouldn't really know. The girl stood in front of the source of their knowledge. Zizzy! The mirrors. What Zizzy saw from here is information we shouldn't actually know. Lord Arne, it's the mirrors, right? Indeed. Huh? Do you not realize? Huh? So, it isn't the mirror? Well, never mind. Wait, she shouldn't be able to see her reflection though, right? Since she's a vampire? Indeed, I refer to the mirrors. You realized as well, didn't you, Zizzy? Wonder what you mean. I was just trying to help out. Where are you now? What are you getting at? This is what I'm getting at. Did Zizzy lie? Huh? If we ignore the information Zizzy saw from this mirror... Hold on, did you really need to break it? Of course. Have I done anything without reason? Pretty frequently, yes. There's a reason for all my actions, namely my entertainment. I sort of understand as much, but to hear you say it without hesitation. I'd like to keep talking, if you don't mind. Jeez, yes, please continue. Indeed, if we ignore all information that Zizzy saw, there's only one person who could move freely around the time of the crime, isn't there? They could go in and out of your father's room and even go to the basement. There was also an opportunity for them to put that note in your room. And they knew that the vase had been broken. When there was no way of knowing. What a fool. Huh? Mr. Slim, is something the matter? Hey, you hold it right there. Shut up. What are you doing not letting a guard, huh? And I gotta score at least a couple points in my favor before you guys name me a killer. Please wait. If you run like that, your wounds... It's alright. The mistress is more important. Please hold it to your horses, everyone. Trying to lure everyone out at once. That saves me some time. Huh? What do you mean? Lynn Rhineweb, stay here and block the path to anyone who comes the way. Huh? Block the way? Hold on a second. What? What is going on? I am confused. Oh, as I thought, you stayed behind. What a sloppy crime it turned out to be. Once I realized the answer, no tricks or anything. Well, though I suppose you may be right, that such things weren't necessary for you. But even forgiving that, your killing of Lynn Rhineweb was far too crude. Wasn't that practically an admission of who you really are? Well... What? Who was the murderer? I don't know. Open the floor map. The vampire is ready to name the killer. Use the information you gathered to select who it is. If you want to review the map of the mansion, click or tap here to open it. Oh. What? I'm so confused. What the heck? I literally don't remember. So the butler's here. If we ignore everything that Zizzy saw, someone who had free reign to move around and had a key. As much as I don't want it to be Gordon, I have a strong feeling that it is. Mainly because he would have access to free roam. And he knew of the room being redesigned, so he must probably know how it was redesigned. Is Gordon the butler the one who killed Lynn's father? I don't know. I'm so bad at this kind of stuff. Oh, Gordon. One who had free reign. They were over here. In this guest room. Wait. The only one who could have known about the broken vase. Elise is the one who broke the vase. She admitted that. But I could have sworn I heard Gordon mention something about the vase being broken and then realizing that it was her when she finally admitted it. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with my gut. Oh, should I? Oh, I'm second guessing myself so hard right now. Yes. Rethink it? I don't know. No, okay. No, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Judge. So it's you, old coot. Young one, you should watch your mouth. Young one, am I young to you? What have you been going on about? I haven't the foggiest idea. Sorry, I did my best, but everyone came rushing at me. Anyway, there's no way I'd be ready to block the way all of a sudden. Don't worry, I had no expectation to begin with. What? At least I have a little expectation. But what were you talking with Gordon about? Nothing of great significance. Only that he killed your father and attempted to kill you. What? I hope I guessed right. Maybe I did. I think if I had guessed wrong, it would have shown him and been like, I don't know. The time is nearing for this delightful production to come to an end. Let's say we dub this simply the Rhineweb murder. The culprit of the Rhineweb murder? The one who killed Lynn Rhineweb's father was this old coot. Hold on a second. Gordon has an alibi and no motive. Motive? Is such a thing necessary? That's just after the fact reasoning you humans append just so you can accept it, is it not? He killed him because he was bored. He killed him because he thought he could. Killed him just because. Killed him for no reason. Those are perfectly sufficient reasons to me. But... And besides, Lynn Rhineweb and I narrowed the choices down to this old coot and the guard, did we not? However, guard, you couldn't have done it, could you? Of course not. And there we are. You yourself understood that the guard couldn't have done it, surely. He could not prepare a headless corpse. And why is that? Bernard can't do blood. He faints at the sight of blood, so he couldn't have made that crime scene. Well now, so you do understand. As Lynn Rhineweb says, the guard is too incompetent for murder. You don't have to be mean about it. It's true though. It really is. That leaves this old coot as the last suspect. So tell me your actions around the time of the crime scene once more. Before midnight, I was reading in my room the whole night. And around 12:15, I believe, it would be when I went to the kitchen to discuss food with Heinz. After 12:30, Diana came to get me, so I headed to the master's room. That seems no different from what Lynn Rhineweb told me. Yet something in your words contradicts my information. Lynn Rhineweb, determine what it is. I don't know. Don't give up right out the gate. Think about it. I don't know who this old coot is to you, but feelings are necessary for reasoning. Seek only the truth. That is the only tale you desired. Ooh, do we get to pick? Gordon's statement, I was reading in my room the whole time. Click here to switch between pictures of prior information. Click here to switch between Gordon's statement. There's a single contradiction between some prior information and Gordon's statements. Once you've paired the contradictory elements, click the check here to confirm your choice. The one on this side will do the same thing. What? I'm so confused. What? What do you mean click where? Oh. I was reading in my room the whole time. I went to the kitchen and Diana came to get me. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it just kind of disappeared. That's why I couldn't tell. If you were reading in the room the whole time, how did you know about the vase breaking? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yes. If Gordon was really in his room this whole time, then he shouldn't have known about the vase Elise broke. Precisely, Lynn Rhineweb. My memory is not that bad. Thankfully. It's pretty bad, but I'm glad I was able to remember that detail. If you supposedly stayed in your room, why did you know the vase had been broken? Come to think of it, that slipped my mind. I thought I heard something breaking, so I went to look. So you did go look. Well, you're an old coot after all, I'll grant you might forget a thing or two. And you didn't meet the maid there. I did not. I'd wager she had gone somewhere to dispose of the broken vase. I simply connected the dots of the wet floor and missing vase and the sound I heard. The maid took about 5 minutes cleaning up there. You must have been walking awfully slow. I was at a good part in my book, you see. Such a lousy excuse. Are you sure you didn't notice that the vase being gone... Are you sure you didn't notice the vase being gone while heading back from the master's room to yours? What proof do you have of that? Oh, very sorry indeed. Very well. This isn't the important part. So you went upstairs from your room and saw the vase missing on the second floor hallway. That is correct. So he says, Lynn Rhineweb. That's... To change the subject, were you aware that Lynn Rhineweb was attacked by the dogs? Say again? She was called out there by a note. Any ideas about that? I had absolutely no knowledge of the mistress landing in such a perilous situation. You instigated the mistress, didn't you? It was surely your detectiving that caused her to. Lynn Rhineweb chose that herself. I was in no way responsible. Now then, Lynn Rhineweb, think carefully. While you were disputing in the dining room, I was still in your room. I left right around the time the tall maid came bursting in out of the dining room. Who could have gone to put the note in your room? When Bernard ran out of the dining room, Heinz went after him. And you and I know Diana and Kai were in the guest room. That means the old coot and the short maid remained in the dining room. But the short maid was ordered by someone to go look for you, wasn't she? After that, Lynn Rhineweb was attacked by someone and nearly died. She was attacked from behind, in the bath, and marks like 3 large claws were left on her back. Impressive of them to enter without anyone noticing. Who indeed could be capable of that? Lynn Rhineweb, you must know, yes? That can't possibly be. It's inconceivable. Hey, you two, I was wondering. Who's this Gordon guy? What? What? What's going on? Huh? What are you saying? Zizzy, is that true? What would I lie for? The 2 maids, the gardener, the guard, the chef, those 5 working the mansion, right? But the butler, Gordon, who the heck is that? So it's true, Zizzy didn't see him. Zizzy can only see Arne through that pocket mirror that he has. So Gordon's not human. It seems you finally understand. If you don't wish to say it, I will present the truth. I'll do it. That's our Lenny. Good luck finishing this up. That's good enough for you, Arne. That good enough? That good enough for you, Arne? Yes, no issue here. He's not human. I was the one who wanted to find the killer. No matter how painful it would be, I'd learn the truth and catch the culprit. To do that, I abandoned my humanity and became a vampire. In my theory battle with Lord Arne, we proved most of the suspects couldn't have done it. There were clear reasons why they couldn't create the locked room or get inside or go to the 3rd floor. However, we made those judgments based on information that assumed that the killer was human. But there's a situation in which that information is rendered meaningless. Gordon, you're a vampire, aren't you? Of all things I thought you'd say, you must cease joking around like this, mistress. I'm not joking in the slightest. If you're not a vampire, Gordon, then stand in front of that mirror right now. I need not go along with your wild delusions. How utterly foolish. Come on, Gordon, at least give her that. If it'll satisfy Lynn, what's the harm? Besides, you got knocked out alongside me. Isn't that better proof than any that Gordon isn't the killer? Right, that happens as well. Chef, it was I who attacked you. Huh? Granted, there were circumstances, but I shall apologize regardless. Sorry for that. I don't know if I can just accept that. However, I did not attack that old coot. I suspect he hit himself or ran into something to play the victim, yes? What in the world would he do that for? Would you think someone who was attacked is the killer? Ah, now that you mention it. However, I would never go out the front door. Once I left the entryway, that would surely be outside. And unfortunately, the key I left with Lynn Rhineweb is no more. You know what that means, don't you, old coot? What indeed could you be talking about? That's enough, Lord Arne. Hand over Zizzy. True, that would be faster. That's... Sissy, don't show up, okay? Gordon isn't showing up in the mirror. Did Elise just talk normally? You all know that vampires don't appear in mirrors, right? You were in Father's room from the start. And after killing him, you just walked normally back to your room. Well done, Lynn Rhineweb. I shall offer a supplement. The theory battle between Lynn Rhineweb and I was meant to confirm which humans could not have killed her father. Lynn Rhineweb tinkered with the mirrors in this mansion in advance, you see, giving us a full picture of any humans who passed in front of the mirror. In fact, that's why, for a time, we believed the claim that you were reading in your room. However, you confessed it yourself. You passed through the west side of the second floor. But that alone can't. Really, there should have been a clear murder weapon like an axe left next to the headless corpse. And you should have tried to kill Lynn Rhineweb with a knife. Or the like. If you'd done that, even if I knew you were a vampire, I probably wouldn't have thought you the killer. After all, a proud vampire would never deign to kill with human methods. Perhaps, by making use of brute strength, you thought you'd remove yourself, an old coot, as a suspect. But with the knowledge that you're a vampire, it's just a clear confession that you're the killer. I suppose there's no avoiding it. So it was you, Gordon. Why did you kill Father? Have you been deceiving us this whole time? That isn't the case at all, Mistress Lynn. I thought of you like a true daughter. No, like a granddaughter. I also thought of your father and mother like family. Then why did you try to kill Lynn, too? And why kill Father? I thought it not so bad to live amongst humans, yet about a month ago, I believe the master won the bid in a certain auction. An auction for his daughter? Oh! Never mind. It was for Nacho's heart. Lord Nacho? The servant. My liege, whom I truly serve. I see, so it became a question of priorities. Indeed. The master ordered me to gather human body parts so that he could use that heart to revive his wife. But I wished to revive Lord Nacho more than her. That's all it came down to. So I went out with the master night after night to kill humans. Though killing too many in so short a time caused it to be a bit harder to act. And once you gathered the parts for Nacho's revival, you killed your master to get him out of the way. But that isn't the only reason you killed him, is it? You plan to take over this house. Incidentally, I found a bite mark on this girl's arm when I was dressing her. You intended to make Lynn Rhineweb your puppet, didn't you? Huh? I was unable to make her a puppet with no will of her own. But I could make it so that she wouldn't defy my orders, or so it should have been. To think that Mistress had her blood sucked before me. No wonder she wouldn't die, seeing as I couldn't control her either. What do you mean? You sucked my blood? After knocking you out, Mistress, I did suck your blood through your arm. However, since you did not fall under my control, it must mean you were already not human. For vampires can only make puppets out of humans. I don't understand what you're saying. I mean that can't be right, can it? I've always been human. But it's a shame. I intended to make you the family head and control you from the shadows. After reviving my liege, I knew the best way for vampires to make their comeback would be to control the nobility. The master was useless, frail in mind and body, so you are more suitable, Mistress. Well, never mind Lynn Rhineweb for now. More importantly, why prepare a headless corpse? Surely that could have been just her father. The master's plan was to revive his wife, fake his death, and have the three of us sneak away. As I said before, I thought of the master and his wife like family, so I planned to let the two of them be together by using their body parts for my liege. However, if the master went missing instead of dying, Mistress Lynn would have tried to search for him endlessly. My control was not powerful enough to refute her strong will. So it was necessary that the master in fact be killed. I see. If you had gotten hold of any real power, you could have made any random human into the killer. Once the killer was apprehended, even Lynn Rhineweb would give up. Is that it? All that remained was to revive my liege once everyone had fallen asleep. So you didn't anticipate the guard arriving after all? Yes, that was not part of the plan with the master. Perhaps he anticipated that he would be killed. Your presence was also most unexpected. Truly, things just wouldn't go my way. Considering that, you don't seem too worried. Naturally. I remembered hearing a rumor of you, Lord Nwento. Uh-huh. You must know me. That you were the most hideous of vampires created when oh, shoot. I moved too quickly. I didn't get to read it. However, you've now foolishly had them taken. And now do such idiocy as detective work? So I heard. I don't know if that makes sense. But I'm gonna go with it. What a cruel rumor. A weak vampire with only 1/9 of the power of his heyday. He's no match for me. Oh dear. Oh. Gordon's buffed up. Ah, I see now. No need for a murder weapon with arms like those. Well suited for lopping off a head too. And being a vampire, you could stick the head in a bag and carry it around without it appearing in mirrors. So, what do you plan to do that was worth showing us your ugly true colors? I shall have you both die. I suppose that would be the easiest option. Lynn Rhineweb, get away from him. I wasn't human to start with. Lord Arne. Oh dear, so you call yourself Nwento. Yes, this is all you can do. Oh dear. What's this? Are you a fool? It doesn't matter if I have 1/9 of the power. The heart in this body is still 100% a king's. Do you think a weakling like you can contend with a king? Oh, running away. Yes, run away uncouthly. Now then, Lynn Rhineweb, I shall be giving chase, but Lord Arne, just what am I? Well, now, your hand's bleeding. What? What? Lord Arne? Indeed, no change at all in your blood. Lynn Rhineweb, what indeed are you? What do you mean? You should have become a vampire after making a pact with me, but my blood has not mixed in. In other words, you haven't become a vampire. So that means I wasn't human, doesn't it? However, when I drink your blood, I can temporarily regain power. No other animal's blood will do. It has to be human blood. What does that mean? It means you're human, Lynn Rhineweb. What? Well, we can't be spending time fretting about your body. I need to do some after-show cleanup. Lord Arne, please be safe. But of course. Are we gonna chase? Oh, we're gonna fight. What's the matter? Can't even run. If you have the power of a king, then I'm sure it will be pointless to try. And neither do I have a chance of winning. Why, how boring. Put up some more resistance and entertain me. In fact, I won't even mind if you use my heart. I'm sure you have it, don't you? So you've even seen through that, huh? But you shall regret it. My liege, Lord Nacho. He can surely defeat you. How amusing. Use all of my body. Let Lord Nacho return here and now. Lord Nacho. Forever! Okay. Oh, that's a thing. Oh. Been a while since I had flesh. You know how it feels having it be an old coot of all things? I'm talking to you, Nwento. Welcome back, Nacho. So, you're Nacho. I must say, you look just as stupid as you sound. Oh no. What? Ain't you the real idiot for getting my heart stolen from you? I was opposed from the start, you know, gathering up all the hearts of other weak-ass vampires. Wasn't no way I'd make somebody stronger than me. Ah, I think I get it. You're filling that weakest member of the Big Four role. That's it. I'ma murderize you. I'll suck out all your blood. This time I'll be Nuento. Interesting. What's this? When vampires fight each other, it can take a long-ass time to come to a conclusion. Aha, so you've set the stage for a battle with our blood on the line. You got it. And you're part of one of these... When you're part of one of these blood feuds, whoever loses pays with their blood. Welcome now to my stage. Let's get killing. Intriguing. Let's dance joyfully beneath the crimson moon. And unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good one. Bye!